But it also brings up another interesting thing. What about people with? Do you lose your manhood? Do you lose your manhood? And I'm not talking like the physical embodiment. Obviously, that's a conversation for a different day. I'm talking to like, let's say you're just a badass. You were John Wayne's like best friend growing up, and just a real rootin' tootin' badass, right? And whatever I want the listener to imagine whatever you think the most masculine, whatever masculinity means to you. Think of that person, and then imagine that they get Alzheimer's. And that gentleman we mentioned before, who has the intellect of a 5-year-old, seems like Einstein compared to them. So do they lose their manhood? Eric, what do you think?
I am going to shoot from the hip here and give sort of a quick answer. I would say, once you get into a realm like Alzheimer's, the very question of personhood gets entangled. Because they're obviously still human. They're still a person, but they're essentially almost... Because from what I understand... Let's not be dark about this and take, I guess, what you could almost call happy Alzheimer's. Because I've heard of people that age who will, like, one guy, his wife would take him out to the garage and let him play the piano because he played every Sunday because he used to play the piano at church. And he just thinks he's at church. And he's still doing his... for him... I guess you could say being a man was being able to do the thing that he loved for the reason that he loved, which in his case was to serve the church community, to sing to God, etc. Is he objectively less of a man now? I would say in his heart, no. I would say that he still, at least, it's almost like he's a man inside the Matrix now. I know that sounds weird, but I'm saying like in his mind, he's still the same person he always was, doing the same thing he always did. And I know that's not quite what you were postulating. You were talking about where it gets so bad that you can't function anymore. So taking it to that extreme, when it gets that bad, again, you're still trapped inside of there. But beyond even masculinity, I would say at that point, the you inside of there, what I would say is the soul, but what I think even a secular person would say is sort of the full consciousness of the person, whatever causes that is at best submerged.
Okay.